John will tell you, I've talked about this young man quite a bit here on the podcast here in the last couple of months. If you don't know, Ja Morant is who I'm talking about with the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, upcoming superstar, potential face of the league. NBA finally came down and they landed their suspension, 25 games. Also said that there's conditions that he has to meet to even come back to the team. So that lets me know that it's 25 to start, but if once the 25 is over, if you haven't done everything you've been requested to do, haven't met all of the items that we need to be done, then you might not come back after 25. It might be longer than 25. And it's also cost him a bag by, these 25 games too, because now he's out of contention for the Supermax. So what did you think about the whole suspension? Did you think, because I know you did comment on Facebook a little bit, so that's why I wanted you to come on here and kind of elaborate a little bit more to people so they understand your opinion about it. What did you think about the 25 games?
So first of all, I think they landed right where they needed to be.
Okay.
Miles Bridges got 30 games for domestic violence.
Yeah, he did.
That actually did injure someone. Gilbert Arenas got 50 games for bringing a gun into a locker room.
Yep, to the arena.
So that's a lot more close to home and involved directly
with the NBA,
as opposed to flashing one on a video that went on Instagram. So my opinion is that they hit it right. Now, that cost him the Supermax, and it's going to cost him money in the games missed as well. So you're talking probably 60, 70 million over a course of whatever.
Of a season,
He's lucky he hasn't lost endorsements.
Yeah, I haven't heard nobody come out yet, so they ready to step away from him.
Right. I mean, Nike stepped away from Kyrie awful quick.
Yeah, they did.
And he didn't flash a gun.
Yeah.
So it's a little shocking that he hasn't lost endorsements. That being said, I think it's in the NBA's best interest to make sure that a team of people are checking in with Ja to make sure that he comes back at game 26.
Okay.
Because I think it's better for the league, right? It's better that he's there.
Yeah.
It's better that he shows that he completed the steps.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be everything from self-work to community work.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have to go out, show his face, apologize a few more times.
Yeah.
I think that's hands down.
He's going to make he's going to have to join some organizations and really be the face of a march against certain behaviors. Not so much, saying like, hey, don't have a gun, because like everybody understands, he didn't break a law in any of those two moments of having a gun, but it's just like you say, the appearance of what it looks like to have a gun in a secluded situation like a strip club, and then to be in your car with your friend flashing a gun while listening to music or whatever y'all are doing. It's just the look, and everybody understands that when you're talking about being a part of a sports organization like the NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, soccer, lacrosse, it doesn't matter. In their contract, there is a certain way they want to be looked at, and if you're not upholding that image, that's where it becomes a problem. So that's what I think it boiled down to. This is like, man, we kind of gave you a slap on the wrist the first time because he was already suspended 2 or 3 games, and they told him 8 games total, so he only got suspended like 6 games from the NBA. So we already kind of gave you like, all right, Ja, we get it. You were just hanging out, having a good time. All right. And then you come back not even 3 months later and you're doing it again. So I agree with you. I think the 25 games was right on the money. I was thinking it's going to be closer to probably 40 games is what I was thinking it was going to be, to really kind of stick it to him. But it was like, hey, look, 25 minimum, as long as you do everything we tell you to do, that we have described, that we want you to do, not no more of you're going to pick the plays, you're going to pick the steps. We're telling you the steps. We're telling you what you need to do. As long as you do that, you can come back.
Unfortunately for him, he chose a profession, just like a teacher, just like a coach, just where people have to look up to you. And when you have the youth who want to emulate everything you do, this is what you've put yourself in that position. I think 25 is also the right number because it doesn't allow for a player to get a contract that I think players who are the image of the NBA, players who should be representing it at its best, at its highest. Those players should be allowed that, and this prevents that. And I think it was the right move. It gave enough shock value. Hey, hit his wallet. I don't think he even cares that much about that, honestly. But I think it's more about the image that I think it's going to hurt his feelings a little bit. But I've spent a lot of time here recently around a 9-year-old kid. And what I've learned about being around a 9-year-old boy a lot frequently or a lot recently is that no matter whether you realize they're doing it or not, they look at every single adult. And everything from whether they wash their hands before they eat, to how they eat, to what foods they like, to
how they sit, how they sit in the chair.
They emulate everything, and that's going to carry through middle school and into high school. And those kids look at social media. They see so much that these athletes and other very famous people do, and they're going to emulate.
100%.
And so if you're flashing a gun, there's going to be a percentage of kids that's cool.
That's cool.
They think it's a good idea.
I see Ja Morant doing it. Yeah, absolutely. So it's just it's so, and I get it. You know, a lot of people say he's young, and you should be able to live your life and do what you want. But like you said, when you put yourself in a profession that is on TV, that's always, you know, showing the world who you are and the moments of your life that you do things that you feel that's okay for you to do, it has impact on other people. If you don't want to have a global impact, then I feel like you shouldn't go out and try to be a part of professions that require that. So, yeah, I look at the whole kids aspect, especially being a coach myself. I try to, you know, always remember that in the back of my mind. Like, when I'm out doing something, would I want my kid to see it? Because I know if he sees me doing it, he's going to think, oh, if he's doing it and he approves this, then it must be okay to be done. Because he's the only one in my life I look up to and I value. So with that value that I give him, what he's doing must make sense for me to do it too. And then in return, it's like you can't really say no to him because you showing him that it's okay. So like I said, I hope, and like I've said in previous podcasts, I really hope that this time Ja can really see that, okay, I got to change what I'm doing. I got to remember what I'm a part of and what I'm trying to do in the future, the kids that's coming up behind me. And also I got to remember that my circle is important. It's dire to me. Who I have around me is important.
His circle's tough.
Yeah.
His mom got him involved with the situation at Foot Locker.
Yeah.
So that's not exactly who should be in his circle right now. His father obviously isn't guiding him how we would hope in regards to, hey, man, don't put yourself in these spots. If he was, because I get the impression his father would rather be on the sidelines looking Mr. Cool than to step up and be like, hey, man, don't mess this up for yourself. Because somebody
forget me, forget your mom, forget your friends, but we're talking about your future.